welcome back to the second part of episode 8 of Empower Hour. I think most of you have already watched part 1 of this episode where Ila shared all about her twin flame journey, her awakening, how she encountered a lot of paranormal experiences along with her daughter, how her daughter got awakened, and there has been so much Ila and her daughter Tanuja have been facing. In the last episode, we ended up till this point where, after going through so much of challenges and turmoil, Tanuja started sensing Mahavtar Babaji around her, and Ila was very delighted that finally they have come out of some sort of a dark tunnel and finally they can see their spirit guide or their master in front of them. Initially, Ila was a little skeptical about how people are going to receive her journey because many things in her journey are absolutely unbelievable. However, after this episode was released, there were so many people who started reaching out to me and Ila to express their love and encouragement. So, thank you so much. In this episode, I have more or less conversed with Tanuja. Tanuja is 19 and she went through her awakening process since she was around 13-14 year old. Her journey also has been equally challenging, equally dramatic, and equally unbelievable. She experiences a lot of unusual things which can be considered either paranormal or spiritual in nature. But before I even begin to broadcast this episode, I want to put this forward very clearly that even though Tanuja has been experiencing a lot of unusual things, paranormal things, she can see spiritual energies, auras, past and future life. Even though all these things have happened in her life, on the other hand, she is a completely normal human being. Anybody who is watching this channel, don't treat her as some different sort of a person. She is just like you and me, having common human challenges and desires and aspirations in her life at the age of 19. I think Ila and Tanuja have been really having a hard time dealing with their experiences and their awakening and matching it up to their normal human life. And I think we all can understand that. So I would definitely urge people that after watching this episode, don't start messaging Tanuja or Ila about your past, present, or future. Give them their space. Another very important thing is that Ila has published her own book where she has narrated all her journey in very much detail in the book called From Spirits to Spirituality. It is available on Amazon and a website called MB Publication. All those who are really seeking serious understanding of spiritual journey or a twin flame journey, I highly recommend everybody to buy this book and read this book. It will definitely bring an amazing shift in your spiritual journey. So let me play a very small video about this book, and after that we will start the interview. Like, looking at your story, I clearly feel that there was definitely a purpose why you and your twin flame got married. Tanu was born and why she chose you, both of you, as her parents, and whatever journey you have gone along with her, it's very significant. This is something which actually breaks this myth. Many people feel that that is the end destination, It's kind of a very typical romanticized relationship template that everything will be happy, and the lovey-dovey couple will settle in that lovey-dovey kind of setting and live happily ever after. But somehow the twin flame template is completely different than that. So your experience is a clear testimony to this, that even when you were married to your twin flame, you still had to go through your journey, you still had to go through your spiritual growth, and your marriage was not what a lot of people are anticipating it to be. Your story is pretty much a testimony, classic example of that. It would be an eye opener for a lot of people.
Either married or not married, but I went through all the process like the same way, like, no difference, I would say. And even if, somebody would intend to take a journey like that, no, I don't want to accept what, like other people are telling, then you just take step back, 100 step back, but that you have to take somersault and come back to this reality, that healing, and you have to go through all this process. And that is the only bottom line. That now to me, union, I am in union, I would say, because I know that I have no void. I have already, that the inner work I have done for that. So, that kind of neediness or emotional dependency on anybody, because Pradnya, what I think that, twin flame journey, this is completely, that download and wisdom or teachings is given by Guru Baba, that it's not about that you have to do everything for your twin flame. That is how, to keep a balance among society, among, that everyone, your healing process should, reflect in that life also. So thoroughly I find that whatever I have done, I am not in any kind of being together physically or that. I'm completely comfortable. I'm so happy. And now though we are legally, we are in a separate state, but I would call it as happy phases. I'm on a happy place myself. He's a happy place in himself. We are in touch. I don't know. It might, again, some triggering might happen, might not happen. Journey anywhere it would go. But I know that now I enjoy separation phase because, it shows my healing area. I'm so contented, completely contented.
Whatever was purpose of your coming together, you already did it. Like probably, now Tanu is in existence, like that was probably your purpose, that she,
Exactly.
like as you say, like she's a pretty advanced soul, so only by her existence she's having so much being done around her without she actually need to do anything about it. What I'm very much curious to discuss is this, that she has been on her own spiritual journey, and it's pretty evident that she's pretty advanced in her spiritual maturity already, like at this young age. What is it that you want to say before even she enters this conversation? What do you want to say?
Purpose is what she is there to, pay me Guru Dakshina. That incident, when she was awakened, she went through a different process. After seeing Guru Baba, she was, taken to some different process. And there she came to know about her connection with me. And she's there to pay me Guru Dakshina. In past, I was her Guru. And I was, like something happened and she couldn't pay me Guru Dakshina. So this time she chose me to help be, she chose me as a mother to pay me Guru Dakshina. Our karmics would be over, and like that is how it is. With Tanuja will be, like universe plan, I would say that, or else our, before birth, whatever we have connected to our masters and whatever we have decided about our journey, it is going to take place in future. When I and Tanuja started, seeing all the dreams together and our telepathy match, and it was surprising for me that how come this kind of things happen, though we did not know anything about our angels and all. It was very evident that whatever we were asking, we were given proof that they are around and all that. Eventually I thought like that, that I'm given, she's so small girl, and that is the reason that I'm being given this responsibility to understand her problem. Because Pranya, in prior, whatever I went was a different thing, but whatever Tanu was supposed to go, every time either through dreams or through any kind of video or any post would be there, like article would be there, I will read about it. So theoretically most of the thing what she went through, I knew it somehow in my, it was completely in my knowledge, and better than her I was knowing it. And that was the reason that I suddenly, she disclosed about the highly spiritual, process. And it was really, surprising for me that day. She disclosed about Guru Baba's thing, then day to day life was completely thoroughly changed. And I came to know that she is able to see aura, she's able to read everybody's future and past and all that. And she was, every day she was given a lot many powers. When Guru Baba, we disclosed about it, and then, the whole divine energies, and the whole day cleaning, like angels used to visit, and she could see, she could talk, and then many other things. Like I would like to tell, then we started playing games like that. That, that little angels will come, and she would just, put them in my lap, and I used to feel that, like baby kind of angels are there. Sometimes she would out of body, then we will peep in somebody's life like that, then you see that what is it doing and all that. Yeah, it was all play. And then we will talk about, like what Guru Baba and other divine, energies, like divine masters, when they visit, how, what they talk. And some days I was, like guided by them, that, tell Ila like this. Then through, Guru Babas and other, divine ascension masters smell, and I touch that aura, I feel their presence, and that way I could feel them. But Tanuja can see them all, and she can talk to them all. It happened like, then after, in the beginning, like Guru Baba used to visit and then leave, but gradually I came to know, then Baba started, like being there near temple for 24/7. So we like I started keeping one gadi for that, and then Guru Gadi is already there at the place. So we take Tanu in now.
Yeah, please, please.
Just go ahead with. Come. You just call her.
Yes, please, please welcome Tanuja on Empower Hour.
Maybe not make me more conscious.
I think this is the first time that two people are coming together in the same frame, that two mother and daughter, that two both going through the spiritual experience together. Actually, I don't even feel that I don't know her enough, because all the time I'm listening about her from you, like, oh, she did this, she did that. So I already know so many things about her, but yeah, I would definitely like you to share your story in brief, like what was your experience, because I think it's very rare for anybody to go through a spiritual awakening at your age. What at what age you started experiencing all these things?
I was 12, 13 maybe. I guess it was more like a roller coaster, I guess I could say. Because usually in waking life, you do not, people do not go through those experiences. It's like feeling cold and warm at the same time. While you are sleeping, you just have suddenly these kind of golden lights all over your head. You could feel your chakras going all here and there.
Yeah.
And then these weird movements going around in your body, this tingling feelings, everything was like just too much overwhelming for me. I guess it's not usual for a 13, 14-year to
Absolutely
see
not.
spirits around. And also knowing that you can talk to them, you
Yeah.
can listen to them, you can know their problems. And me being very emotional, because of course I've been through a lot of things, minus that fact, I've all like mama has always taught me to be sensitive enough towards things. I wasn't that aware about things going around me, but I would say I was sensitive about listening to them, I guess. So certain things I still tell her, that I still tell mama, that certain things that I don't even, till now she doesn't know about it. Because those are those experiences that I just want to keep it to myself, because there are certain things that you can't just explain. There were certain times I was walking back from the tuition, I saw a dead body, and then suddenly, like, people are carrying on the shoulders, and then suddenly the next moment, that thing is just standing in front of me, like, I need your help. And it was weird. Like, at first it was really weird, but then certain way I knew that I had to help because, of course, Babaji the Great. So I had certain instructions from him that I had to follow by hook or crook, or else I always had this thing. So 3 months after me having my powers, I was always scared that what if my power goes away and what if I'm left with nothing. So I had to follow the instructions. So I think the big change would be me talking to spirits directly. And one more thing that really hit my mind and it moved me 360 was, I guess, seeing people's past life. When you are awakened, suddenly you are awakened, there are certain things that you don't know. That there are certain things that you can stop, but of course I didn't know. So even if I didn't wanted to go through all those experiences, by hook or crook, the universe would pull me and show me that you have to do this. So I guess, yeah, it has been a roller coaster for certain things that I've been through.
And how do you handle this whole thing in your regular life? Because I know you have to juggle between your normal life as well as all this is happening. So how are you doing that?
I mean, I always joke about it that I could make a movie out of it. Right now, being in that age where I have to juggle around two lives, it's pretty hard, I guess. Because first, having this group around you or having the certain amount of people around you are completely related to the 3D life they have. So even at my age, sometimes I just feel that I'm a 40-year-old or I'm a 50-year-old. And sometimes I just don't want to be that. Sometimes I just come up to I just cry that I can't handle it, because it's hard. And it is not something like that she's forcing me into it or Babaji is forcing me into it. This is something, this is a complete natural process, that I go through. But there are certain situations like that sometimes, as I told you, sometimes I just want to stop some experiences. Okay, I just want to stop it right there. I don't want to go ahead of that. But by hook or crook, the universe will just pull me, and then again, you need to be there. You need to reboot your powers and all that. It is not also that I can just randomly walk up to people and be like, I am going through these things and I can't help it out because of course, like nobody is going to understand. And if there are people that they really understand me, but there are certain levels of understanding. We all do have it. There are certain limitations for people to understand certain things. So in daily life, there are certain things that I go through. I have a lot of traumas from the past that hit me every now and then. There are certain fears that I go through every now and then, though I try to come up of them. There are also times that my level of concentration, there are certain times that I go through depression, consciously knowing that yes, I'm going through certain things. And I think it's kind of a good thing that I'm realizing that I am going through certain things. Even at this age, I think for me to understand these things are good because there are a lot of people going through spiritual awakening, even they're not knowing that some or other thing is happening to them. Consciously they are just not aware about it. Awakening and spirituality has its own consequences. And it has, okay, like mama being into the twin flame journey. Though I was always very, away from it and all that. But then now I understand because now when I go out, I see people around me. Sometimes I just feel that I do not belong here. You have this identity crisis that what are you doing amongst these kind of people? But then that's the bluff of life that you need to continue with all these things.
Is there anything which you really want to share from your experiences which can give a better understanding about a certain process?
Basically, we all know that we have our own journeys, and may it be a spiritual journey, may it be a conscious journey, or whatever it is. But then in my journey, I guess the most beautiful experience that I went through was Mama when forced, me to sit and meditate just because she was seeing that there was some kind of process that was taking place. So there was a point where my I could feel my Kundalini ma. I could feel the moment and all that. So one morning, Mama, of course, again she forced me to sit and meditate. That please do it. This is you are supposed to do this. So I sat, and then after a few minutes, I realized that once I was in water, I was meditating in water. Another moment, I am meditating in the air. Another moment, I am meditating in fire. So end of the whole meditation thing, I realized that five elements were mixing in my aura and my chakras, and it was tremendously beautiful. Like, I saw myself under the water, I saw myself in the soil, I saw myself in fire, air, whatever it is. It was one of the most beautiful experience was that. And another experience was when I yeah. So I love to travel all by myself. So, like 2 years back, when I visited Rishikesh all by myself, I usually love to meet new people. I sit with them. I like to listen to their stories. I like to tell mine. So I had met a Babaji, a 42-year-old lady, and a scientist, happened to be a scientist. So she was 42-year-old, the Babaji was almost 70. I was 18, and the scientist was some 36-year-old. We used to every day sit on the ghat, we used to discuss about spirituality. I used to enjoy the whole fact. So one fine day in the evening, we were all discussing about certain things, and then I started feeling a little uncomfortable. And I started feeling nauseous and all that. So my homestay was what, about 1 kilometer from the ghat. So I told Babaji I need to go. And he was like, yeah, you should go. You should actually go. I was like, I ran back. So it was 10:30 at night when I came out of my room. I walked a little, and there was a big balcony right in front of my room. So I went there, I sat, and I woke up again the next morning, realizing that I was in meditation since the night to the morning. And that too, I woke up when the raindrops fell on my face. So throughout the experience, I saw myself in a pyramid. Again, the five elements mixing. Me being spiritually awakened, connected, whatever you say. I don't meditate. My kind of approach towards spirituality is a little bit different from others.
Okay.
So I don't meditate, but then that day I was shocked. And then the same morning I went back rushing to the Babaji, and I was like, Babaji, this happened. And he was like, guess what? Kalima had blessed you. I saw her in your eyes. And that was the biggest turn, because I was always scared of Kalima. I don't know why. I mean, you have this picture of her in your mind, all vivacious, all angry and aggressive and all that. So
This also is making me ask you this question that most of the people who I won't categorize as like spiritually awakening or twin flames, I mean that those labels won't matter. But right now in the current timeline, many people who are being awakened do feel that they are not from this planet. Like you don't belong here. You're
yeah,
coming from somewhere else. What is your understanding about that?
talking about people in this timeline being from other planets, I think me being a daughter of twin flames. So I think, so theoretically, I was always bad with all these kind of knowledge. It was her that she was theoretically strong, and practically things were happening to me.
Yeah.
So it was all, vice versa going on. So she told me that star seeds. Oh, star seeds. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
She is being starseed. She is from some different constellation, and she is asking me what I was.
Okay. I was talking about that term, starseed. Okay. Yeah. So I think people being from different timeline, because now there are
I continue. Do I intervene?
Yeah,
yeah, you
please.
can.
Yeah.
um, what I like now in my downloads, I got to know that this is a very high time of spiritual awakening. That mysterious universe is opening its card now. Otherwise, twin flames terms were not in the limelight, right? A few years back. All of a sudden, that is also there now. Now the awakening of star seed and all that. As a result, all put together, it's to heal Mother Earth and raise the vibration of Mother Earth. So
Yeah.
purpose of twin flame journey is also that we don't go outward now, we get inward. And getting inward, we work on ourselves, we understand, then we spread light for others also. Similarly, other aspect is also, star seeds are also there. They also work the same way. They are into healing, though they are naturally being blessed with psychic powers. So they do Gaia activation and all that. So these are the main purpose of this journey. It has nothing to do with like one soul into two bodies, and what to say, that goody ended life that we watch into films.
Absolutely.
That it changes you thoroughly. But what I would say, that at the end it is so beautiful. I when in bhava avastha, like when I'm in meditation, I feel complete bliss. That wow, like what good karmas I must have done, that I realize how beautiful purpose of life is. Like completely changed. Whatever you see in prior and now you see, it's completely different. So star seeds and all, continue with. But her struggle, yes, I would definitely like Pradnya, that what normal kind of struggle she does is with her understanding with people. She's not able to explain her situation, because her energy sometimes is so high, sometimes it's so low. When she is not able to explain it to people, she just cuts off. So I notice it's too much for her, to take this life and that life. She wants to live that life, like 3D plane, she wants to enjoy it. But after one point, like all of a sudden she said, no, I'm comfortable in my own space. So I find that to socialize such a way, it's very difficult for her. Please.
Something that I would like to share is going through the ghost portal and everything. I think it made me change 360, like a 10 or a 12-year-old or a 8-year-old thinking that my future self would be this. I think it changed the view completely, because right now the kind of person I am, I had never imagined, going through something very weird, something very out of this world experience, like being scared 24/7. I mean, switching off lights used to be one of the most scariest thing of all. Like, I still remember the times that I used to literally, touch the wall from my back, and then I used to walk. I used to like literally walk like that, touching the wall from my back. I never just wanted to turn back, because I knew that something would happen to me. There were certain times that I was alone at home. Mama had some other things to do. She went out, and then suddenly things happening to me. I mean, I could never think that I could be this strong, Like initial days when these kind of things started, I didn't let Mama know about it. After a month, I told her that, Ma, I'm going through all these things. I think for a 11, 12-year-old, not to tell her mother that what she's going through is not normal. But
Yeah.
then I I think I kind of knew that she's already going through a lot of things. Why should I, put more burden on her? The kind of maturity that hit, I don't know where it came from, but then I think from the initial days to till now, the most one thing that I've learned is being strong and maintaining things and fighting, Like Ma always she used to always give Mama, Bhaiya and me an example of a phoenix, getting up from the ashes. We've done it hundreds of times, fighting, breaking down, again getting up, again fighting. Even there are certain times right now, as she said, that I have my struggles in right now in the life. I think one more struggle is that I think there are times that I'm just too tired to fight. There are times that I just want to give up, that I just don't want to do it. That's it. I just want to have a normal life, behave like a normal girl, go out, just focus on career, party with friends, do this, do that. Though I do all of these things, I do everything, but there's this constant thought that I'm just tired. I just don't want to do anything. Even there were certain times that waking up in the morning, still feeling all drowsy, feeling just so, mentally and physically exhausted, even after waking up from a 8 or 10 hour sleep. Or I don't know, initial days I was very paranoid about the book, especially not about the book, but my name revealing in the book. I was all paranoid about it because this was one of the main reason, because I don't know how will people take it, because there are certain times when they just take the story as an adventure thing, okay, that oh my god, mother and daughter going through a lot of adventure in life. Trust me, it is not an adventure. It still bothers, it still. There were also times that I just wanted to, I screamed at Babaji that just take my powers away. I can't keep them. This is not normal for me. Like me going out in the crowd, people still like looking at me, considering me abnormal was not normal. Me getting bullied in school for no reason was not normal. I mean, there are children, there are kids, they go through bullying every now and then. Maybe in school, maybe in society, whatever it is. People go through bullying, okay, at any age, but then me having the problems going back at home, then getting bullied in school, me having ADHD, because I think all of this, it triggered my mental state in a way that I just started going all crazy, that I used to scream, shout, I used to talk loudly. I mean, it just reflected in a way that people started considering me abnormal. But now when I consciously know that what I was going through, there are certain times that I see kids, okay, I see kids that they will have a different life, like I have one. Not now, but surely they'll have. I tend to, I want to, comfort them. I want to tell them that that's it's okay to go through all of these things. That at least not people around you, but at least one person like me, I can at least comfort you. So there are a lot of things that hampers, that triggers me still. And then again fight, again break down, and then start fighting again. So that's a loop that continues.
You are such a brave girl. I would
Thank you.
definitely invite you again. I think after some days, I'm sure like you will definitely have your own milestones in your journey. So we would have a lot to talk of.
One thing I would like to share with everyone, that those who are in any spiritual practice or in twin flame journey, or what transformation real, when I was awakened, and since then to Guru Baba's like consciously knowing about Guru Baba's presence in my life, I whatever transformation had to happen had happened. But after that, Guru Baba's sister, Shri Nagalakshmi Amma, She is also there on Guru Gadi. So, they, after a point, they gave me sadhana, Kali Mata sadhana, they gave me. Because, we normally, we are very scared. Like Tanuja said that, thinking about Kali Ma, people would be scared because it's very intense. But, Pradnya, when I started my sadhana, it is given very simple way that I have to chant only mantras. Like in the beginning, I was like, I used to sit for 4 5 hours and chant all those mantras. But then Baba said that your soul work is to, guide people. You have to, your work as a light worker, you have to go through all these things. So I keep on chanting all these things. But each and every, like when we spectate our own self, we can understand that what changes we are seeing in our life, that what is real surrender, like I am coming out of my financial, social fears, then any kind of fears, then coming out of fears, and then the control on our life, like our objects and subjects and all that we are controlling, we are not living. So to heal kam, krodh, lobh, moh, ahankar, this basic, that enemy which is holding the soul on the 3D plane, and getting into cycle of life and death. In this sadhana, I have come so far. Now I feel that she's my daughter. Though that experience with that ghost, that also, she also made me, realize that, attachment should not be there. Love everyone unconditionally, but attachment, without attachments. But after sadhana, I see a lot of change. After sadhana, I see that my total control on life, and thinking about future and being scared of it, and social conditioning, and this should be like that, this should be like that. Everything is blown with the wind, like, because that whatever conscious or subconsciously we heal ourselves, like we go to healers, we go through such kind of processes, we be conscious to heal ourselves. But in human body, we have a limitation, right? That beyond that, due to circumstances and junk DNA that we carry, we are not able to do it. But this sadhana does everything. In past, what I was, and now what I am, it is tremendous. Soul level, I find that I'm not able to explain it to people, that why I'm like this. I'm not carefree about my life. I'm not carefree about my kids. I am so much into concern with all people around me, my family, my friends, my neighbors, and the whole society. But my approach, the way I approach them, and the way I react, though everybody cannot understand, but I have left all control on them. I love unconditionally. If people are in good terms, it's fine. Not in good terms, then even it's fine. But that lots of love unconditionally, then we go through the process that every day when we meditate, we release all those negative energies from our mind, and physical thing and all that. So I hear on this platform strongly, I would pray everyone that if you really want to change thoroughly, if you really want to uh, go fast straight in your journey, then follow some sadhana.
Yeah.
I did Guru Baba gave me Kali Mata sadhana, but not to everyone it would be the same.
Everybody is not destined to do the sadhana. There are certain, like, people have their own journey. So
Same
it is
sadhana,
it
Baba
is not
said.
necessary for them to just do the Kali Ma sadhana. They can do it in other ways. There are a lot of sadhanas that people can do.
Okay, then I continue with that follow sadhana. The way I do Kali Mata sadhana, I really, I can spectate myself, completely transformed. But for others, it won't be possible to, decide that what kind of sadhana. So what I feel that whoever are the meditators, they should, give this vibration to the universe, that, like whatever sadhana is meant for me, please, give me that. Otherwise, those who are not even into meditation and all that, and want to go like that, but to chant mantra with one certain affirmation that transfer me into divine self, and that would work miraculously. But we need to, I can guide definitely. I mean, we will keep things on your page, so people will understand that manifestation is a mandatory. So you manifest, so it will become reality, that with some purpose, with some particular intention, if you take one mantra and keep on chanting it, like this is for me, this rectification I wanted me on like subtle level, on soul level, then it would definitely work out. Because
Okay.
now I find that yeah, whatever situation I have, even if I don't have a single penny in my account, though Shiva takes care of each and everything in my life. No, but I'm staying with kids, so it is but obvious that I have to manage my stuff on my own. But for that, even for taking any kind of like dishes, and also I'm not thinking about future, that what will be future of my kids. Like I know that is their journey, they will do it, that nothing fears me to control my situations or anything, not even socially, not even financially, not even family wise, not even personal. Like when I find that I'm being so much control freak on their thing, that you as a mother, no, you have to let me know, I leave them, and that is day to day teachings of Guru Baba to me, that whatever happens, but you should not forget that you both are different as a soul. You are mother, so do that your karma, but you are not, you shouldn't be control freak at all. So this is very strong message that what I got from Param Guru Mahavatar Babaji, then I should definitely share it with everyone. One beautiful thing I would like to share with, though I don't wish people to be so much attached to that reality, but when Tanu awakened, what she saw first of all in me and Shiva, that Mama surprise. She said that, do I make you happy with one thing? I said yes. Just on third day, when she, like she was awakened and we were taking tea together, she said, Mama, all twin flames are connected with silver cord on their foreheads.
Uh-huh.
So this was never before, like yeah. So this was the something like I had never heard of, and till now even I have not heard of this thing. So at least it's like a small trophy to all, to feel happy about it, that we all have silver cords connected to our twin flames. And she saw it and she told me that we both have that connection. But one thing is still surprising me, that I don't know that why Guru Baba is adoring this Gadi, why he is there, why Tanuja can see, why I and Shiva got married and all that. That is really, that part is still surprising for me. Maybe in future, like if I happen to go into some kind of process and I know about myself, then only. But it is surely very surprising still.
If
I
I
laugh at
if I see it as a third person, it's not surprising for me at all.
okay, okay. Yeah, that is full possibility. Otherwise, I asked Guru Baba that what is some something in your Pandora box. At least let me know something about me, because normally, like everywhere we are protected by Guru Baba and all that. That really surprises.
Right.
That why what is something about it. And his grace is more than that, that I committed this much sin, I committed this much mistakes in past life, in this life, but even then his grace, and his love, everything on me and all of us, is something we cannot say in words. Like
So
there
true.
you can shed tears, that's it. So I become completely crippled without Guru Baba. Like I cannot even think a second, without him. But now I know that he gave me this blissful life. He unconditionally, he did great grace on me to be in twin flame journey and heal completely. Every now and then I find the beautiful meaning that it was him who made me so compassionate. But he did all that to show me my areas. He left me all alone in this situation. That time it was too much, but now I know that he made me this. He wanted me to be this. And now I no more needy. Now I'm no more like waiting that if I wish, then I can meet him. There is no, we are on that thing.
This was one of the thing that I wanted to say to that, like the 5-year-old experience or whatever the experience mama and dad are like separating, to the ghost portal, to the spiritual journey, to each and everything that we've been together. It's like that time when I was crying about it, when will it be over? We are going through this, that, all of that. And when I look back now and when I see that, oh my God, we've come this far, we've gone through everything. It's like sometimes I just joke about it that I feel 40 and that is fine. That 40, 40 is fine, because I think together we've tasted each and every emotion, each and everything, and that's the beauty of experience that we've shared.
Both of us were connected from past life, and that connection only was the reason that we shared same dreams, same telepathy and all that.
Sometimes people do question us that, don't you feel bad of that you've been through all these things, you've experienced all these things, but end of the day, I guess we just answer that was a good thing that we went through all of this.
Absolutely.
But now if people around us are going through this, or again if we go through this, we know that what is it actually, that the beauty of all those experiences.
And I completely relate to this because um even in my case, like at times, like just yesterday evening, I was feeling that there is no point in this life at all. All those voids which come, you suddenly
Exactly.
start feeling that what is this, like why the hell I'm here.
Like to share here Guru Baba's message, because few days back, like when I was going through some like rough patch in a way, like emotional patch due to other people, that time, like I question Guru Baba that every time, like whenever something happens, no one can touch my courage. I know that at a point I am like that I put my guards down and then I come in the open, that let it be whatever it is. But I always be careful that I, even by mistake, I don't want to hurt anyone until and unless somebody pushes me to a certain level. I swallow that, okay, I know that they don't know that this is not right thing, and I forgive truly, without any grudge even. Take stand for oneself, but same time show your hand, keep things away, but forgive others is most important for us. Because in spiritual aspect, when we really want to fast track our journey, it's most important to clear all our kundalini energy from lowest to heart chakra. When your heart chakra open, then only you can really progress in that. And in this context, Guru Baba said that you are being too kind to Mother Earth, and it is so much great message for all the twin flames or all the seekers.
Yes.
That when you know it, that you are going through this, don't keep those grudges in me. And I was just discussing this with Guru Baba, and Guru Baba said that. So it's very important for us that to take stand for is okay, but to give lots of love, unconditional love, compassion is most important for us. Until and unless you open up your heart chakra, your kundalini energy won't go up, or your progress
Very
won't be.
true.
Otherwise, it's extremely important to grab this chance to heal completely to ourselves. But if we feel that no, I'm taking stand for myself, it is completely a myth. Taking stand for oneself is a different aspect, that I don't allow anyone to harm me, but it doesn't mean that I should energetically harm others. For some moments I know that this that opposite person is not understanding, let it be, it's okay. So it's okay is very important. Guru Baba's concern was to tell all of us that that is how we are being so kind to Mother Earth. This is most beautiful thing and message from Guru Baba to all of us.
Thank you for sharing that message,
Yeah.
and I completely resonate with that. And I also want to say, like, there are so many people in the spiritual community, especially when they start listening to all these terms, kundalini and the awakening, and they start getting too sensitive towards those terms without understanding fully what they are.
Actually,
So many are concerned about opening their crown chakra, opening their third eye, but what they are missing is that, are you even coming and operating from your heart center in the first place? I mean, if that doesn't happen, there is no other, you cannot even think of anything else or any other chakra till you come to your heart center. And
Exactly,
That's
exactly. And our thoughts, our energy, when we, process our Kundalini or Shakti, then that it is a small process that, every day it's rising. Every, periodically it rises up gradually and then it hits. Otherwise, it's a 100, volt energy. I mean, unaccountable volt energy. And if you, do this kind of, what to say, you play with this kind of big voltage, then you go mad. But forgiveness is very good passage. That is the right passage, I would say.
Yeah.
And that is how our journey is. Otherwise, if disbalance, that upper chakras are activated or lower chakras, then there is no progress at all.
This is
So
this is something you really put a very good point over here. As I'm speaking to so many people, there are like two types of people I meet. One is like they are like too much concentrating on meditation, as Sanu said that, some people are destined to do sadhana. Some people's way of learning things or understanding things is different. Like they might not go that way, but those same things will come to them in a different way. Many people are putting so much of attention to this that I want to meditate for 12 hours and 13 hours or to do something. But what they are missing is that, Baba, it's just about that little thing which you are holding in your heart is grudge about somebody. Just forgive that person. You are going to get one notch higher. So most people kind of tend to neglect what they really need to work on consciously. That, okay, let go of what doesn't serve you. It is going to save a lot of time for your meditation. Like probably you would just progress yourself very fast by letting go. But
and one more message of Guru Baba I would like to give to all of them, that that to meditate or to sit and just give blessings to Mother Earth, it won't work. But when you start behaving so compassionate practically, it starts from the people around you to people, I mean in the society and the world as well, like all animals or every living being, I would say.
Yeah.
That to we need to like be compassionate in daily practices for everything, like just be aware of each and everything what you do, when you react, when you respond, then only your real being twin flame would really like work. Otherwise this biggest opportunity we will slip like this only. So either accept or don't accept is free will, but I think we should not use our free will. So I always like tell Baba that I'm surrendering my free will also to you. Danda maro jo karo, but heal me completely, and that is the real, like surrendering.